This is a bit of entertainment. If you enjoy this production, please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. Kindly watch the video to the end. Thanks for the view and enjoy the vid. Under the blood moon, the swamp whispers. In the heart of Louisiana, where the moss drapes like the ghosts of yesterday and the croak of the bullfrog is a lullaby to the night, there lurks a tale so chilling it curdles the warm, humid air. This is the story of Eli, a young werewolf caught in the throes of transformation beneath the eerie glow of the blood moon. The swamp was alive, pulsing with a rhythm as old as time itself. Tonight, it sang a different tune, a melody so hauntingly beautiful, yet terrifying. Eli stood at the fringe, his heart pounding in sync with the distant drums of thunder. The blood moon had begun its ascent, a red scar in the dark fabric of the night sky. His skin itched, a prickling sensation crawling beneath his flesh like 1,000 tiny insects marching in unison. This was it, the night of his first transformation. Fear mingled with excitement, a cocktail of emotions so potent it nearly overwhelmed him. The air was thick, laden with the scent of wet earth and decay, the perfect aroma for what was to come. Eli's eyes were drawn upwards to the blood moon. It beckoned, a silent summoner calling forth the beast within. Tonight he would answer. The moon's crimson glow seemed to pierce through him, igniting a fire in his veins that he had never felt before. His bones ached, a deep, searing pain that heralded the change. The swamp around him spun, a kaleidoscope of shadows and whispers, as his body contorted, reshaping into something other. Eli howled, a sound torn from the depths of his soul. It was a howl of agony and ecstasy, a declaration of his new identity. The werewolf within was no longer a mere shadow in his mind's eye. It was real, powerful, and hungry. The primal urge to hunt, to run, to be free under the moon's watchful eye overwhelmed him. Yet, amidst this whirlwind of transformation, a sliver of his human self lingered, a faint whisper urging caution. But the call of the wild was too potent, and it drowned out the vestiges of human fear and doubt. As Eli ventured deeper into the swamp, the moonlight danced on the murky waters, casting eerie reflections. He stumbled upon ancient carvings on the trunks of the gnarled trees, symbols that pulsed with an unspoken power. The swamp was more than just a place of natural beauty. It was a gateway to mysteries long hidden. With each step, the soft squelch of the mud beneath his paws seemed to murmur secrets. The air was heavy with the scent of magic, an intoxicating blend that drew Eli further into its depths. He felt an inexplicable connection to the swamp, as if the very soil recognized him, welcomed him. The symbols began to glow faintly, a luminescent guide leading him onward. Eli, driven by a newfound curiosity, followed, his senses heightened and attuned to the ancient whispers of the swamp. The land knew him, and tonight it seemed eager to reveal its secrets. The hunger hit him like a freight train, sudden and insatiable. Eli's nostrils flared as the scent of prey filled the air, a sweet, tangy aroma that promised satisfaction. His body moved on instinct, powerful legs propelling him forward with grace and speed. The thrill of the hunt consumed him, every fibre of his being focused on the chase. But as he closed in on a small deer, a pang of human conscience struck him. He was a predator, yes, but he was also Eli, a boy who had once cringed at the sight of blood. The deer, caught in the throes of fear, stared at him with wide, innocent eyes. It was a mirror to his own turmoil. Eli stood frozen, the battle between beast and boy raging within. The deer bolted, and with its departure, Eli felt a rush of relief and remorse. The hunt had ended, but the internal struggle had just begun. The moon cast long shadows across the swamp, shadows that seemed to whisper and murmur among themselves. It was here, in this shifting tapestry of light and dark, that Eli met them, the watchers of the swamp. They appeared gradually, figures cloaked in the essence of night, their eyes glowing softly in the moonlight. Their presence was both terrifying and mesmerizing. They spoke in hushed tones, voices like the rustle of leaves, words intertwined with the wind. Eli, drawn by their mysterious allure, listened intently. They spoke of the blood moon, of power and curse, of the eternal dance between shadow and light. These shadowy beings, guardians of ancient secrets, offered him guidance, their words weaving through his mind like threads of silver. They were neither friend nor foe, but their influence on Eli was undeniable. He left them with more questions than answers, but a resolve to uncover the truth of his existence. In the heart of the swamp, beneath the twisted limbs of a live oak, the elders awaited him. They were werewolves of ages past, their forms worn and weathered like the trees themselves. Their eyes, though clouded with the weight of years, shone with a sharp intelligence as they regarded Eli. They spoke of the blood moon's legacy, of the power it bestowed and the price it demanded. Each story was a thread in the tapestry of their lineage, coloured with triumph and soaked in sorrow. They warned Eli of the path he walked, a path fraught with peril and promise. The elders bestowed upon him their wisdom, a gift as heavy as it was precious. They spoke of balance, of the need to reconcile the beast and the man within. As they faded into the shadows of the trees, their final words lingered in the air, a solemn reminder of the responsibility he now carried. Under the watchful eye of the blood moon, Eli participated in the ritual of the ancients, a ceremony as old as the swamp itself. The air was thick with the scent of incense and the sound of chanting, a language forgotten by time but remembered by the blood. He stood in the center of a circle marked by stones that glowed with an inner light. As the elders chanted, the symbols carved into his skin began to burn, a fire that consumed not flesh but fear. The power of the ritual coursed through him, a tide that threatened to sweep him away. Yet as the fire within him blazed brighter, Eli found clarity. The ritual bound him to his ancestors, to the land and to the beast within. It was a binding of power and purpose, and he emerged from the circle not just stronger, but wiser. The crisp night air was split by the sound of a twig snapping, a sound dreadfully loud in the silent night. Eli's ears perked up, his senses immediately sharpening. The scent of oil and metal hit him, the hunter. His heart raced as he moved through the swamp, a shadow among shadows. The hunter was relentless, a spectre of death with a rifle gleaming under the moonlight. Eli was no longer just the predator, but also the prey, a dual role that filled him with a primal fear and exhilaration. The dance of hunter and hunted played out under the blood moon, a deadly ballet. Eli used every trick the swamp taught him, every whisper of wind and water. The hunt stretched on until it was unclear who was the hunter and who was the hunted. In the depths of the swamp, under the watchful gaze of the blood moon, Eli found allies. They were creatures of shadow and fable, beings that walked the line between myth and reality. Their bonds were forged not by words, but by the understanding of what it meant to live under the curse of the blood moon. Trust was a rare commodity in their world, but in each other they found a semblance of it. Together, they navigated the perils of the night, their strengths complementing each other's weaknesses. Conflicts arose as they were wont to do in such a motley crew, but the bonds of blood and battle held strong. Their alliance was a tapestry woven with threads of necessity and respect, a union that promised survival against the odds. In the eyes of his new companions, Eli saw reflections of his own struggles and a shared determination to thrive under the moon's eerie glow. Deeper into the swamp Eli ventured, where the water turned black as pitch and the air hummed with power. This was the heart of the bayou, the cradle of all its mysteries and magics. Here, the moonlight felt alive, pulsating with an energy that resonated with Eli's newfound instincts. The water parted as a figure emerged, a being so entwined with the swamp that it was both part of it and apart from it. This entity, ancient and immense, regarded Eli with eyes like liquid night. It spoke in a voice that was the whisper of reeds and the rumble of the earth. In its presence, Eli felt both insignificant and integral. The entity imparted knowledge of the swamp's ancient guardians and their roles in the delicate balance of nature. It was a revelation that redefined his understanding of power and his place within the tapestry of the supernatural. Under the silvery gaze of the blood moon, Eli confronted the truths of his lineage. His family, bound by the curse of the werewolf, carried a legacy both grim and glorious. The secrets, long shrouded in moonlight, unraveled before him, each one a thread in the complex weave of his heritage. His ancestors had walked this path, struggled with the same fears, reveled in the same powers. The revelations brought a sense of belonging, but also a weight of expectations. The legacy of the blood moon was his to bear, a mantle passed down through generations. With these truths, Eli's resolve hardened. The burden of his heritage was not just a curse, but a challenge to rise above the primal urges, to use his power for a greater purpose. His identity, once fragmented, began to merge, the boy and the beast finding harmony. The climax of Eli's transformation occurred as the blood moon reached its zenith, a glowing orb of red fire in the night sky. The power coursing through him was a tidal wave, overwhelming and all-consuming. His body and soul, fully aligned with the werewolf spirit, embraced the change with a ferocious acceptance. The transformation was not just physical, but spiritual. Eli felt his senses expand, his understanding of the world deepen. The swamp, with all its shadows and lights, seemed to open up to him, a book whose pages were now clear. As he howled into the night, a sound that was a song of freedom and a declaration of power, Eli felt the final shackles of fear break away. He was no longer just Eli, or just a werewolf. He was a creature of the blood moon, a being of power and purpose. As the blood moon waned, Eli reflected on his journey through the swamp's heart under its eerie glow. The trials he faced, the allies he gained, and the truths he uncovered had forever changed him. He stood at the threshold of a new day, a bridge between the human world and the supernatural. The legacy of the blood moon was his to carry forward, a story to be woven into the larger tapestry of his life. The challenges he overcame had prepared him for future endeavors, each one a step in his continuing journey. The swamp remained, a constant in the ever-changing world, its whispers a reminder of the eternal dance between light and shadow. Eli knew his story was just one of many under the blood moon's watch, a part of a never-ending cycle of transformation and discovery. As the night gave way to the blush of dawn, Eli stood at the edge of the swamp, his eyes on the horizon. The blood moon had set, but its influence lingered, a promise of challenges and transformations yet to come. The cycle of the blood moon was perpetual, each appearance a herald of new stories, new struggles. Eli knew that when it rose again, he would be ready, his spirit tempered by the trials of the past, and his resolve strengthened by the knowledge of his power. The swamp whispered its farewells, the trees bowing slightly as if in respect. Eli turned away, his heart steady, his steps sure. The blood moon would return, and so would he, ready to face whatever mysteries and adventures lay in wait under its crimson gaze. The legacy of the little Bittie Bad Wolf was just beginning. Bart's Bits has been proud to bring you this production for entertainment purposes. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, like the video and ring the bell. Please let us know what you liked in the comments. Your taking the time to help us is very much appreciated. Hope to see you again soon.